Okay, today we're headed to 80 acres off of Highway 12 here. We're headed east, and so Trinidad's just below Fisher's Peak. You can see in the background here, and I-25 is there. Trinidad Lake's right down the canyon here. We're gonna be going up Burro Canyon Road 53.5. So if you're coming from Trinidad, you would be looking at the Sangre de Cristos in the mountains that direction. So this property is going to be about 25 minutes from town, 80 acres with a cabin on it. Should have 360-degree views on the top, year-round access, and it's in a ranch with no covenants. We've only come about a mile, and you can see the East Spanish Peak and the West Spanish Peak in the, if I get it focused, in the background there. I've got it zoomed in right now. They look a little bit bigger than that. Those are wilderness areas. There's numerous public lands throughout the area. We've come about 2 miles up Burro Canyon. Just showing you another shot. Fisher's Peak over Trinidad is now the state's second largest state park. We have world-class mountain biking there, and there's lots of other public lands in the area you can access from, especially when you're west of I-25 like this property. This is where we came from. Okay, we've come about 4 miles up Burro Canyon. So I can zoom in on you can see the West and East Spanish Peak in the background there. Those are a wilderness area. And Cordova Pass goes over the top of that, which you can reach. Any of these back roads in the county reaches a lot of the different. We're a little over 7 miles up Burro Canyon. We'll be taking a right, as you can see on the drive to map from my site here in just a second, and going up a hill, and the property's not very far off of this main county road up on the mesas back this direction. I believe that's the road up there. Yes, it is. So if you keep on this road, it'll connect up with County Road 30.1, which goes basically east and west throughout the county, and you can get to, well, the Spanish Peaks Wildlife Area in about 4 or 5 miles that direction. So we're going to take a right here. You see the road base on the road. So we came about 7 miles to this right-hand turn to come up the hill. And the property's only about a mile off of the main county road we just drove up on. You know, in the right spot when you see this place. And you can see the Sangres too. And they look about like that. Oh, come on. There we go. And there's the East Spanish Peak, and the west is behind this house right here. They're a little bit bigger buildings. And we're just above that house now. And you can see this Sangres if our camera focuses to the west. And you come up the hill and you get to this T, you're gonna go left. And the property's gonna be right on it. It's gonna be on the left-hand side. The highest hill, that point up there, is on the property. The cabin sits right below it. You can see the peaks. And again, they're bigger than that. Okay. You wanna go right, that's private property. That is private property. So once you see this fencing on both sides, we'll be going left. We'll be on the property here shortly. The cabin's up there on the hill. There's Fisher's Peak over Trinidad. So right here is where we're crossing onto the 80 acres. And the driveway will be on our left to go to the cabin. So this road goes through the 80 acres then off. And right here at this sign, going to the cabin. The driveway needs some work. You can do a road cut. Actually, what you need to do on this is because it's all rock. Just need to put road base on it. See Fisher's Peak over Trinidad that way. There's a shed too. It could be converted into another little cabin if you wanted. Okay, hopefully you can see this. The aerial map of the property, you can see it on my website too, but the cabin is right here. We're going to be going inside the cabin next, but we have driven all along this road to the northwestern corner boundary, so we're down here at the southwestern corner at the cabin, and there's a little road that goes up on top of the hill into their site could be at. And this whole a large portion of this 80 is very usable. If you look at the topo map, there's another little road that goes down into this, right into here to this little meadow. So actually this other 40 could be sold separately if you wanted to. So anyway, now we'll take a look inside the cabin, and after I'm through with this, I'll fly my drone around. So I'll take a look inside. I think it's right at about 1,020 square feet. It was built in the 80s. Could use some drainage solution on this side. This pipe going in fills up, there's about 1,200 gallons of cistern in a full walk. I'll climb down the ladder and I can show you the space where the cistern is underneath the house. There's a shed over there. And the window's broken on the outside over there. There's concrete in here. All the flooring is a little uneven, but this will be the living area, and that wood stove will cook you out of here. A swamp cooler here, which you would need during June and July, probably a little bit during the day, but it cools off quickly at night, which is really nice. Kitchen. There's a new pressure pump that goes to the cisterns down below. The owner hasn't hooked up. She'd have to hook that up to start pumping water through. The dryer doesn't work, or actually the washer works, but the dryer doesn't. The refrigerator, there's something wrong with the compressor. And the bedrooms are upstairs. Pantry, utility closet, and then the bathrooms right here. Okay. So you have two small bedrooms right here as you come up the stairs. Looking west, and you can see the Sangre de Cristos out these windows. They look bigger than, unless I zoom in, they look about like that, a little bigger. A little closet here. You can see in the bedroom. This would be, I guess, your master. Okay, I'm going to show you underneath the house where you can see where the water system's at, which is nice because then it won't freeze. Like I say, the drains from this hill over here, it could be done to where it wouldn't be moist down in the basement area. Okay, we're just going into the pantry area, and then we're gonna go down below. Which I will. And there's electric baseboard heat in them all through the house. But we just came down the ladder. You got, I believe that's a 1,000-gallon tank there, and that would be a 500-gallon tank. So it's probably about 1,500 gallons. And a couple shop benches, but it is moist down here because the drainage, French drain, needs to go along that side of the house. Electric water heater, brand new pressure pump for the house, and the water fill. You can see it coming in here, and it goes along the side of the wall of the house. So you can fill it up from the front of the house without having to drive back here. This would be the good lines going to the septic out that direction. We got a covered porch back here. Cover's fine. Needs a little work, but this isn't too bad either. You can see the shed. You can sit out here and look at the Sangres. That's about what they look like. Yeah, we're just looking over towards the western boundary, towards the mountains. There's the West Spanish Peak. Okay, this shed could use a little work, but looks like it has power to it. This could be turned into another place if you wanted to work on the foundation. Okay. That's south end of New Mexico. You can see way out there too, but inside this cabin, let me see. There's a sink in there, a bed, and a loft. So it looks like there's some plumbing. It may go to the septic. And there's another concrete pad out here, another spot right here. There's lots of places in this lane you could do something. We're gonna drive up to the top of the hill where there's an access there too. Or we already did that. So before we go to the cabin, we're gonna take this old road. Need to be improved, but it's another site location, and this is gonna have 360-degree views. You can see this old road just to the north, going northwest from right before you get to the cabin. You can see that on the aerial. I'm just cruising up this in low. Yeah, I can see south into New Mexico. You can see that from the cabin right down below there. See, there's a nice pad site up here. You can make more room. Okay, this is a little short distance coming up from the cabin. You got a nice site up here. So this is looking south into New Mexico, and this is back about east. Here's Fisher's Peak. Okay, this is where we drove up. This is looking back east. You'll see Fisher's Peak that way. I mean, this is 360-degree views. This is looking to the north. And this is basically about to the west, the Sangre de Cristos. And then coming all the way around. This is incredible. Nice place to sit up here. You see Wheeler Peak, or what I call Taos Mountain, way over the distance over there. Down a little bit. This is about what the Spanish Peaks look like. I'll get Fisher's Peak over here. But wants to do this. Yeah, Fisher's Peak over Trinidad. Zoom in a little bit. This is bigger than that, but it's a pretty picture. Okay. All right. Put in gear. Coming back down to the cabin. Okay, that's the sign to the driveway to go up to the cabin. It's not as bad as it looks. Or to go up to the cabin as far as the road goes. It's all on rock. So we're going to drive basically to the northeast, close to the northwestern corner. So everything in our right is on the property. Most of the 80 acres goes this direction, and that would be the gas well on the property right there. And this road is not for some ponderosa pines in this north facing slope. It's nice in here. There's so many different places because the land is so gentle that you can do things on this land. And like I said before, you could sell off the 40 acres to the east. In this ranch, LDS, there's no covenants, no HOA, no dues. So you do what you want on your land within county regulations. And county regulations allow for one home, one guest home for each 35 or 40 acre tract. And then and you can have as many outbuildings as you want. Okay, I think we're getting to the northern boundary. This road is not a through road, so only the gas company uses this road. The only way to come in and out is the way it came in. That goes to another gas well, and I believe we might be off the property. Let me check. So right here, this is that road. If you take a right, it winds around the western boundary. You'll see that in the drone. So this is the northern boundary we're crossing onto. So now everything on my left is on the property, and everything on the right. There's a lot of usable ground on this property. You have different locations to do things from. So the bulk of the 80 again goes that way. Cabin's just over that hill. Okay. Again, that's the drive going up to the cabin. Now we're coming down to the road that's close to the southern boundary line, and we'll take a left, and there's another Jeep trail that's already cut that would be on this eastern 40 that a whole nother place can be built on. If you can see this very well. But cabin's here, so we're looking south, and we just took a left right here, and the road's starting to curve to go off the southern boundary, and then it curves back, and then you can see how it goes through this bottom portion of this other 40, which would take you into another valley. This will be going through another piece of property. I don't know why you wouldn't have access on this, but you may not. But I'm going to come back right here, and there's a little trail that you can come out here to this meadow area in the center of this property. Or not the center, but it's like I was just showing you on the map. As we curve, right now we're going off the southern boundary line. And it'll curve around. There's some people over there. I don't know if we have permission to use this road, but you can see how gentle the valley is going down in there. That 80 acres goes there. This road circles around, you see on the aerial, and then ends up cutting down through there. Oh, and that goes down, that's Bon Carbo Canyon down below. Okay, I just came off of the southern boundary road. This is my old truck, my new old truck. I just dropped a new engine in it. So, yep, when you're gonna be doing mountain properties, you're gonna do a lot of scratching. Anyway, there's an old trail somewhere through here that you can get down to a little meadow on this eastern 40 acres. And I don't know if I'm gonna, looks like a lot of little trees have grown up over the years. But the land's manageable, that's the point, and you have a lot of usable ground on it. We're basically looking northeast right now. This is the southern boundary line as we're leaving. It's fenced for a little ways, like you saw. But if you're seeing this on any place other than my website, ranchviews.com, please go there. I have lots of properties, and I do this with all my properties. A drive to, drive through, or hike around, and flyover video. Please go to ranchviews.com, and thanks for watching.